Rockeyez would like to welcome Lariyah and Iggs of Hessler. Hey, man, what's going on?
Not too much, Brian. Thank you very much for having us.
How are you doing tonight?
Great, great. Okay, let's go right from the first EP, Bad Blood, which we reviewed and got a fairly good review from us. And now you have out the new album, Comes With the Territory. How much different from Bad Blood has the band grown until Comes With the Territory?
How much different has the band become?
Yeah, the music, the band, it had to grow a little bit.
Well, with the Bad Blood record, those were songs I'd had, written for quite some time, and I just wanted to put it all into CD form or album form, EP form, whatever the hell you want to call it, simply to be able to, obtain more shows and get it out around the world and just give people a tangible form of music, as opposed to just saying, hey, you got to come see us live, or also something for them to take home. So even before Lariyah and Marcus joined the band, that the songs on that record were finished. And I guess the primary difference between Comes With the Territory and Bad Blood is that a full band recorded Comes With the Territory.
Right.
Where we had more time to gel with each other, and Lariyah's voice had more time to develop as a heavy metal singer, and just kind of the overall band chemistry. Whereas Bad Blood, I played all the guitar parts, had to do the majority of the backing vocals, and I had to play all of the bass. So it really wasn't it was not like the overall band impact. It was what Iggs had created before. It was what he wanted Hessler to be. As opposed to now, we all had our parts in it. We could focus on it. We could spend our quality time at the studio and record it the way we wanted to be it and feel it.
Cool. Now I'm going to name a couple of tracks which are my favorites. And,
sure.
We'll first go to Iggs and we'll go song to song, because there's 4 songs I really enjoyed a lot on the CD. First one is Rising Sign.
Keep going.
Yeah, that song I really enjoyed. Can you tell me anything about that song?
Yeah, Rising Sign was actually the very first song musically that I wrote as soon as Bad Blood was completed, or I guess it was the first transition song from old material to what the band is now and what we have now. I had the music written, and then when Frank moved back from California and joined full time, it was his idea to add that slow part in the middle of the song, and with the lyrics, Lariyah and I just put them together one day, and there really wasn't a set formula for it. But I think what the cool thing is out of all of the tracks on the new album, I think that's the closest to the original material, or how it was supposed to sound had a full band recorded it. Uh-huh. And I've noticed the same type of response from fans when speaking to them after shows. That's one thing they point out. They really like that song. So egotistically, it makes me smile a lot knowing that, it's kind of, I have a lot of input to that tune. But yeah, it's a very cool, it's really fun to play live, and Frank and I do the back-to-back solo that everybody likes so much. So we like it as well.
Cool. Now, Lariyah, the next song I really liked was Confessions. A lot of bands won't touch on religious stuff and stuff like that. Can you tell me anything about that song?
The song was written, I would say, because of many impacts. As you know, well, we just talked about it a few days ago. I was that little goth kid that had a lot of stuff in my head, and I think that this is like a song that I was able to put into the music. I'm sorry, everything that was going on before in my past, this is like a little poem, I would say, just put into music. So it's like that anger of a person that lost something, yet achieved a lot because of that fact. So to me, there's a lot of things that happened in the past, although it didn't mean that that I regret any of the mistakes I made, anything that happened in the past, anything that that I decided to do. It's pretty much to everybody that made some steps, and later now they have to regret for that. It's how to say it for everybody to understand.
So belief in yourself, I guess. It's more about. I guess like when I wrote the chorus for the song. So when I read Lariyah's original idea and lyrics, it seemed like somebody similar to, I guess, Flight of or Icarus, just somebody questioning religion or whatever, God or deity or demon you may believe in. It's simply just saying, I believe in myself, and I challenge you to prove me wrong.
And again, this is not exactly about the God. This is like a metaphor,
right?
Put into that God as an aspect. So what I always say, you are your own God, and you should never really regret whatever you decided to do, to make, because you did that because you felt it, that moment that you actually decided to do that move. So whatever happens, it happens for a reason, and confessions is about that reason that you decided to make. So never regret whatever you decided to do.
Cool. Now, Iggs, let's go to the next track that really I liked, Gone Away. Really highlights Lariyah's vocals. Can you tell me anything about that track?
Gone Away was actually music. I always wanted to write a song about my mom, and I was writing music. I'm like, I want to make this song about my mom. And when Lariyah had, I don't really get, I guess, too excited about writing lyrical concept for slower songs, and it's something she really enjoys. So when she put lyrics together for Gone Away, she wrote the lyrics about her mom, who had passed away when Lariyah was really, really, really little, and how much she would have liked. The lyrics are pretty self-explanatory for anybody. Listen to this. Just listen to the song. I'm sure you can connect the dots. And then in April of this year, my dad passed away, and it was really special to me, or I guess to both of us, to play that song live for the first time with the band once the record was released and everything. There was just some type of aura about it. And I think Lariyah in particular shines on that, especially live, because the song has a lot of meaning to her. Not that others don't, but it's more of a personal and serious connection.
It's a very emotional song, and as much as we really try to not try, as much as we perform, and in every other song, this one is not only about the performance, it's not only about the guitars, but it also has that emotional touch. And I think that for both me and Iggs, the song means so much that we can play it with closed eyes the entire time.
Yeah, that's true, and people seem to react to it live. I have never, every time we play it, I never see somebody going for a beer break or anything else. Well, not that I really see that during any of our set, but usually if you play a slower song live, you might have somebody that isn't into it, and I think it just has something special. So one thing I wish we had done differently is when we perform it live, Lariyah, we just have her, she just starts singing, and she sings all the way up to the first chorus without any instruments, and then the whole band comes in. I wish we'd done it like that in the studio, but we hadn't thought of it until later, so I guess it gives something different with seeing it performed live as opposed to listening to it on your headphones or at home.
Cool. Now, Lariyah, when you do sing that song, what goes through your mind?
To be honest with you, every single time I start singing this song, my eyes are getting a little watery, because they say that some things you're getting used to, and you don't feel it that way, but there are many people who watch that one movie and they always cry every single time they watch it, and to me the same thing is with this song. Whenever I start singing it, the same emotions are coming exactly same. You just get excited, not excited, well, in the negative aspect of it. So it's getting emotional every single time, probably because I never really had a chance to meet my mom, and from all the stories that I've heard from other people and pictures that I've seen of her, and being my age, well, she died when she was 25, so now I won't really have a chance to see how she would age. But it's like that questioning again to that God that is not necessarily a God, but to that destiny, I would say, and questioning why you took her away from me. So, you know, it's really hard to really to let people know how it really was, although they can sense it.
Or see it.
And see it. Even on stage when they see that there is always a little teardrop coming from my eye, and that's why we always have to go into something really cheerful, even Rising Sign or to Shark Attack, any other songs, just to not drag it, because I would probably start crying big time. So the song, well, as much as to me it means how much it shows and it tells how much I miss her. We got some feedback from others that they relate to it, but not necessarily as to
losing somebody.
Losing, but not necessarily a parent, not necessarily somebody who died. But for example, there are some breakups in the relationship, or for example, somebody is moving out and misses somebody else. So it has a great feedback from our fans, cool. Which I think is great.
Cool. Now the next track, Million Lights Above, it's a great ballad. You have anything to say about that song?
Yes, this song, well, that's my personal emotions that are thrown upon one person in my life that stole my heart, and it's hard to get over it. And either if that person exists or not, it's gonna stay in that song. And I really hope that all of those romantic dreamers and all other people can relate to that, because if somebody, for example, loves other person but cannot be close to that person, that song is for them.
I think that's one song where it's very difficult to capture how Lar actually sings it, because the very first time I heard her sing it in person, when she brought that song forward and she was singing it and Frankie was playing guitar, I just closed my eyes and it lullabied me to sleep. Not because I was bored out of my mind, it was just beautiful. There's something touching about it. And with that song, the way we recorded it, we wanted it to seem like if you walked into some random dive bar and Lariyah and, I don't know, a guitar player, two guitar players were just sitting in the back of this smoky room and just playing. Cool. And a few times we've had the opportunity to play acoustic, 3-song set for a birthday party or something like that, we really enjoy playing that song and are looking forward to doing, a radio interview and playing that song acoustic. And the very first time we played it live was 2 days ago when we played with LA Guns here in Chicago, and we brought out the acoustic, and there were a lot of friends of ours that are very talented musicians that don't make a mistake when they play and are just flawless, right. And that's their favorite part of the set, which was impressive to me to hear that. So it's a cool song. Cool.
Now let's get on to some other things. Let's get on to the Pepsi commercial that you guys did. You're sitting on the cat. I watched it today. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, people love it, man. But the funny thing, everybody who hasn't met us before thinks that's our real voices in the video, and it's not. It's sampled grunts and whatever other noises are in there that you had to do from the given library for publishing or whatever else. And I hate it because that's not my real it's not my real goddamn voice. I don't sound like that. I would never go da na 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 na. I probably would have been whistling "Breaking the Law" by Judas Priest or something.
Right.
And that was just for a contest. We were just trying to find a creative way to make as much money as we could. I think what was the winner? What did the winner get, Lark? $10,000 if they won? $100,000?
I think it was $100,000.
And I think we got third place.
Wow.
But third place pays $0, so we don't drink Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Or Coca-Cola till our dying days.
Wow. Okay, now, Iggs, going checking out some information on you, reading a resume that I read about you today. It says you're always on time, except today.
I'm always on time?
Yes.
Are you being sarcastic or are you being serious?
That's a
Brian pulled up your modeling resume.
Oh, God.
Always on time, and you never complain.
No, I complain.
Oh my God!
I complain when it has to do with dealing with my
bullshit.
Oh, be quiet. When it has to deal with dealing with personalities in my band, I complain all the time because it's my responsibility to keep this train wreck going in a steady fashion. But when it comes to, I guess, you'll never hear me saying I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, anything like that. Just people bitch about stupid things, and I'm like, man, there's at least you have the opportunity to do something like this. If someone's like, oh, we only get to play 30 minutes, or we don't get a dressing room, so what, man? Who cares? Get up there and perform. But regarding being on time, that's funny because I was late for the interview today, right?
Right.
Maybe I'm totally delusional, but no, I always try to. Everything with Hessler, though one or two asswad sound guys might not agree, I always try to make everybody else's job as easy as possible because I know that our performance relies on them. We always say please, at least I personally always say please, thank you very much, keep things simple, give them what they need ahead of time because I want our sound to be as good as possible, and sometimes it doesn't happen. I'm a firm believer of if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself.
Right.
But unfortunately, I can't do everything myself. And to make things smoother, always be on time and never complain.
Cool. Well, I definitely talked to Lariyah before the interview, about a half hour before, and she did acknowledge you usually are always on time.
Yeah.
That's what she told me.
Yeah. Whether it's if they tell us be there at gigs at 5 o'clock, we try to be there a little bit earlier. Simply if you show people the fact that you care, then they might put a little bit more extra effort towards you, whether that's putting delay on your vocals or just being hospitable. Because think about it, a lot of sound guys and venues have to deal with so many shithead bands and performers who think they're the greatest things in sliced earth. One of the coolest stories I ever heard was the Rolling Stones played a secret show, I think in 1994 in Doubledore in Chicago, which is an amazing venue and a historic venue. And Keith Richards, after they finished the set, moved his own amp from the stage.
Right.
I mean, he has people who would literally lick the crust between his toenails after a binge overnight, and he lifts his own amp. That's just basically showing that the guy's excuse me, realistic.
Right.
You have people come in who don't. I had a guy playing my band once who had a $3,000 guitar and he just leaves it lying around expecting someone else to pick it up.
Right.
It's like get a clue, man. You're not Van Halen. And that's my thing. I think some people, especially anybody who might be jealous of us that we're getting ahead on hard work and they can kiss my ass, they seem to get bitter about thinking we're egotistical or anything else like that. No, we're just realistic. We know what we want, and we try to do as good as we can and not complain about what we don't have to. Some things suck, and you can't do anything about it, but I guess just be realistic. We don't think we're the greatest thing on earth. Since the Beatles, we also don't think we're the worst. But we have every right to believe in ourselves and I guess project that onto others.
Cool. Now, Lariyah, the first time you had to give an autograph, what's that feeling like?
Oh man, that was the first time I think I got drunk in America ever since I moved in here. It was fun. It was for a friend that I knew forever, but it meant the whole world to me. To be honest with you, it's when somebody is asking just to sign something. It means that they actually care, and it was legit. It was from the bottom of this person's heart. They said that they enjoyed the show and they cannot wait to come again. And I was just looking at them and was like, "Are you serious?" So we were good. It was funny. It was over 2 years ago. We played a pretty little place in Chicago, and
it was sold out, though.
Yeah,
for her very first concert.
Wow.
Yeah. With Hessler, yeah. It was very fun. I was so excited to play with these guys because as nice as he was first to me at the first, I would say 3 rehearsals maybe.
Right.
Then it comes that asshole Iggs that is on your ass all the time, and he starts working on you. So first, he just makes sure that you're comfortable around him, and then he's putting his
claws.
Yeah, his claws. Exactly. But you know what? It works, and sometimes it's annoying as fuck, but it always works, and we can complain, but there's a reason for why he is doing it, and as you can see, it actually works, and everything that we're getting, it's accomplished mostly because of him and being so hard on us, and that first autograph, it meant so much. Because I don't have only my best friend, but also I have a teacher and a person that shows me how the world really works. And either you appreciate it or you start hating it because you don't understand the reason of why he's doing it. So deep inside me, well, I would say I am showing that it bothers me, but deep inside it, I'm always smiling. I'm always happy that there is somebody that watches over me. And it's not just music, but if you talk to me 2 years ago, I think that you would understand maybe a half of what I would say.
Right.
Maybe like a quarter. Now it's getting better and better. And you know what? And I would say that the next year it will be even different than now. The progress is just getting more. You'll see. I'm not gonna sell it short. You'll just see. And well, and that first autograph I got, to be honest with you, is still framed. And as much as well, it's framed because I took a picture of that autograph of that first CD. Well, not even a CD. That was pretty much just a recording of a demo. So I took a picture of my first signature, and I have it framed, so.
Cool. How about you, Iggs? What was it like, the first autograph you had to give?
Well,
it was when I was 2.
No. I love my mom, and she comes to concerts because she's a rock and roller when she can. And when she saw the picture of me signing all of the pre-orders, she said, "Well, at least your hand isn't tired because you've had enough practice." Because I guess, when I was a kid, I look at all my schoolwork, and even from when I was really little,
right,
I would just sit there and sign my autographs, or practice my autograph over everything. And that right there is not me thinking I'm the great. Going back to the being realistic, I don't think I'm the god of the earth practicing my autograph, but there isn't anybody on planet Earth that can allow me from not doing it. Right. I can sign whatever I want, And with when somebody asks you for it, I guess it's not really anything. It was funny to me at first because once again, going back to the realistic thing, I don't see myself as above anyone, though I may act like it sometimes. It's not really what I believe in my heart. Everybody's pretty much equal. It's just I'm doing this and you're doing that. And I think that's one thing that plays in well. When I was just a fan and meeting bands, I'd always seem to be able to get a longer conversation with guys I looked up to as compared to the guy or girl next to me asking them the same question. And I was just being realistic. So when a fan asks for an autograph, it's a little weird to me because I'm like, I'm just a guy. But what I think is the cool part as compared to an autograph is when a fan gives you a gift.
Right.
For example, we just played on the tour. We played in Albuquerque and we played in Denver. And the song "All You've Done, Nothing Is New" off the new record is I wrote it about Geronimo, and there was a Chiricahua Apache in the crowd, and he had won a guitar raffle for a signed guitar we had signed, and he'd given me, he was so touched by that song, he gave me a turquoise, and I absolutely love turquoise, a turquoise bracelet that his grandma had given him when he was a kid.
Wow.
And, you know, I'm like, dude, I can't take this. And he wanted me to, and that is something that touches you. Not because I want stuff or I want a fan to give me a car, but it's genuine.
Right.
He's never met me. This is the first time he's seeing our band. He had never heard about us. He doesn't know whether I'm a bad guy, whether I'm a good guy, whether I've killed somebody, whether I've saved a children's orphanage from being on fire. But whatever performance and energy I'd given off that night and what I'd said meant that much to him that he gave me that bracelet.
Right.
So when someone asks you for an autograph and you sign it, to me it may be weird, but it's never routine. I don't do it like, let's get this over with, as you know, you can't say that about everybody. There was a real cool book out right now called Tales from the Stage, and there was an interview in there with Tim the Ripper Owens, who sang for Judas Priest and Yngwie and Iced Earth. Mm-hmm. And in it, they were asking about meet and greets. And one thing I love that he said is, he goes, I'm from the school of Ronnie James Dio and Priest, which means if you have to sign autographs in the rain and the snow, that is what you do. Right. So this is one band that fans or whoever you may be can always count on the fact that, and I'm not just feeding you this shit because I want you to buy our music and come to our shows. I do, but that's not the reason. We will always, after we play, as long as it's possible for us to, sign autographs and talk with everyone, and it really touches us when interviewers and show reviewers say, you know, Hessler, you know, these bands play or those bands play, but these guys spend hours with their fans just talking, because that means the world to them. So everything from that first autograph stems to so much more. That's just I guess the starting point.
Cool. Well, I congratulate you on Comes with the Territory. Great CD.
Thank you very much.
And I enjoyed talking. Would you like to say anything in conclusion to the fans out there?
Anything in particular? We've got a new music video coming out here, hopefully at the end of January, first week of February, for Who Will You Run To, which is off of Comes with the Territory. We filmed the performance footage in November, and the last stuff with the actors last night. It's completed now. And then we have a tour coming up starting March 13th, going to April 6th, which will take us back to South by Southwest again, down to Louisiana, through the, I guess, mid-continental United States, up to Indiana, Ohio. We're going to go out to New York City. We'll be out by you. Brian, you're in Maryland or Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah, we're not going to hit Jersey, but we will hit New York City, I believe, on March 30th.
Cool.
And then after that, we're going up to Canada and coming back. Cool. So just keep following us on Facebook's the best place because it's easiest to stay in touch. It's just facebook.com/Hessler Chicago.
And another thing, we're getting questions from people who missed our tour, or they did not have a chance to pick up the T-shirt from the tour, and that is available on our website. It's www.hesslerchicago.com in the store section. So.
And once the South Hess Goes West tour shirt is sold out, that's it. We're never going to make them again. Yes. So I know there were a couple fans that couldn't, or actually a lot, that couldn't come out to the tour. So if you want to order it, just pick it up on the website.
Cool. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brian, very much. You have a good night.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Rock and roll. Take care.